This is the Maruti Suzuki Fronx, and I know you're probably wondering why am I here driving this car when we've already reviewed it a few months back. Well, there's a very good reason for that. You see, the car that we drove a few months back was powered by Maruti's 1-litre booster jet turbo petrol engine, whereas this one has a 1.2-litre naturally aspirated petrol engine under the bonnet. And what's interesting is that over 80% of Fronx buyers have opted for this very engine option. So over the course of this short video, I'm going to tell you what the Fronx 1.2 is like to drive, what its fuel efficiency is, and much more. So let's get to it. So now I'm out on the road with the Fronx 1.2, and first things first, let's talk numbers. This is a 1.2-litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine that puts out 90 horsepower and 113 Newton meters of torque. And in this case, it's mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox that transmits power to the front wheels. There's also the option of a 5-speed AMT should you want the convenience of an automatic. However, performance isn't this engine's strongest suit. What is its superb fuel efficiency. We've put it through our instrumented real-world tests, and in the city it returned a really good 13.5 kilometers per litre. But out on the highway, it returned a really impressive 20 kilometers per litre. What also helps is that this one comes with auto start-stop tech, which only adds to your fuel savings. Interestingly, the stop-start feature will keep the engine turned off at a signal even if the cabin temperature rises above the preset climate control temperature, and it'll only restart the engine when you depress the clutch pedal. On a hot day, you'd probably want to keep the system off, but when conditions permit, the system helps conserve fuel in the city. And out on the highway at 100 kph in 5th gear, the engine spins at around 2600 rpm, which again aids fuel efficiency. And as for how it feels like to drive, this is one of the smoothest and most refined units in the segment. It has more than enough pep to keep up with traffic, but if you really want to get going fast, you'll have to rev this thing out to the red line. But that's not such a bad thing, as this one has a nice fruity exhaust note. While driving it out will help you make quick overtakes, do note that it'll take a toll on its efficiency. What's more is that it has light controls. The steering is light and easy to twirl in traffic, the clutch is light too and easy to modulate, and the gearbox is slick enough. So this one feels right at home in the city. With the driving bit out of the way, here's a look at the interior and the features you get with the Fronx 1.2. Now this is the Delta Plus trim of the Fronx, which is the range-topping variant you can have from the 1.2 range. There's also two other higher spec variants, but those are reserved for the booster jet models. In comparison to the top spec Alpha, this one gets a smaller screen, it loses out on a center armrest with rear AC vents, on diamond cut alloys and a leather wrap steering. But still, it is quite well equipped. You still get a touchscreen, a smaller one albeit, but it still has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatibility. You still get climate control, you still get alloy wheels and much more like LED headlights and tail lights. But I would have liked to see at least a height adjustable seat and a rear washer wiper, especially at this price. It's important to note, however, that the Fronx featured here packs in several dealer-level accessories like the plastic body molding with red detailing, door edge protectors and parking camera on the outside. And on the inside, it's the brown and black seat covers floor mats and an air purifier. Fuel economy is the big draw. However, another big factor as to why buyers are choosing this one over the booster jet is the price. Variant for variant, this 1.2 costs a whole lakh rupees less than the booster jet. See it in light of the standard Baleno and you'll find that the Fronx 1.2 Delta Plus at Rs 8.72 lakh slots in between the Baleno Zeta and the Baleno Alpha on price, both of which are better equipped. The reason to go for the Fronx over a Baleno boils down to its enhanced road presence and added 20mm of clearance. So if you are on the lookout for a crossover that is stylish to look at, easy to drive and light on your wallet, the Fronx 1.2 should definitely be on your shortlist.